While getting ready this morning, I've been watching September favourites videos on YouTube, and it really got me in the mood to tell you all about the things that I've been loving in the month of September. So there's a little bit of everything. There's a couple of beauty bits, a couple of items of clothing, a bargain candle that you should definitely check out, and a TV series that we've been loving. Before I crack on with my list of favourite products, if you haven't seen me before, my name's Kate, I'm a mum of 4, and I make videos all about sort of family and lifestyle and parenting and favourite things, and I'd love you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So I'm going to start with some beauty bits, and this is a brand that I discovered quite recently. The brand is called The Ordinary, and I've seen so many beauty YouTubers and Instagrammers talking about it in the last couple of months, and I really wanted to try it for myself, and I'm so glad I did because some of the products that I picked up are really, really good. The whole ethos behind the brand is that they're stripping away sort of unnecessary packaging and unnecessary ingredients and leaving behind the things that really make a difference to your skin, so that you see the results at sort of a fraction of the price. I only picked up 3 from the range because the one thing I would say is that it's quite confusing. They don't give anything sort of fancy names. They literally, the products are called what they are. So I'll explain. So basically this is meant to reduce the appearance of eye contour pigmentation and puffiness, and it's called Caffeine Solution 5% plus EGCG. They're stripping away all the faff and the marketing around these sort of beauty and anti-aging products, and just literally it is what it says on the tin, which I found quite confusing. I had to do a bit of research into what does what to know what I wanted to buy. So I'd like to try more from the range, but I just need a bit of time to kind of sit down and work out what it is that I need for my skin type. So the 3 that I went for are this one, which I've already read out, which is the I'd call it an eye serum. It's certainly not a cream, it's quite lightweight. It does brighten around my eye area. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it in terms of anti-aging. I haven't been using it long enough to kind of tell. Makeup sits really well on top of it as well, which is always a really big thing for me when it comes to around the eye products. This one isn't so confusing because it's just 100% organic cold pressed rosehip oil. I have used the Trilogy rosehip oil for, well, I went through a phase of using it religiously. I haven't used it for a while actually. I moved on to something else, but this is a much more affordable version of the same thing, and it's just as good as the Trilogy one, and I think it's at least half the price. I think this was £8 or £9. And the last one I picked up is a retinol, advanced retinoid 2%. This I would say is my favourite of the 3 so far. I love them all, but this one seems to make the biggest difference to my skin. I use it in the evenings. I alternate it with the rosehip oil actually, so I use this one night, the rosehip oil the next night, and back and forth like that. My skin looks brighter and clearer and just healthier when I've been using this, so for the price it is an absolute no-brainer. Next product is for hair. I'm not a great advert for it this morning because I haven't done anything to my hair. I've washed it and Marnie is asleep, so I thought rather than get the hairdryer out and wake her up, I'll just sit down and film the video. But if I had done my hair properly, I would have used this. It is the Bumble & Bumble Thickening Dry Spun Finish Spray. This is really, really good. Basically, it's a dry spray. It creates sort of texture and volume. So far, my hair doesn't seem to have got any thinner after having Marnie, but I know it's coming, and it was looking at its healthiest during pregnancy this time around. It was so full, there's so much of it, and I really don't want that to go away. So a dry texturizing spray is my hair security blanket for the day when the postpartum hair loss kicks in. The last beauty item is actually a fragrance, and it was my birthday present from Dan. Does anyone else do this? But when I receive something that's that little bit more expensive or special, I don't use it. I'll kind of keep it to one side for best, and then best never comes because I have 4 kids, so I never go anywhere. So I hadn't been using it until 3 or 4 weeks ago when I thought, this is ridiculous, it's just going to go off in the bottle. So I got it out and now I'm obsessed. It's the Byredo Gypsy Water fragrance. I smelt this in Liberty in London when I was up there last year and fell in love with it. Gypsy Water is the perfect name for it. It's just got this kind of romantic, musky, woody, It's just amazing, I love it. And I'm finally using it. I wasn't going to show you the next item because it is so creased, I didn't want you to judge me, but I have to include it because it is a genuine favourite of mine. And it's these ASOS pyjamas. They are majorly creased because I wore them last night, but I love them. The reason I'm including them is because I haven't worn pyjamas in this style with a sort of button right down the front for years. I always shied away from buying them because I thought that I didn't want to have to iron my pyjamas, so I always buy the sort of more stretchy ones that will kind of come out the dryer and look fine. And it turns out they're fine. They go in the dryer and they are a little bit wrinkled when they come out, but nothing that you'd need to kind of iron. So I'm glad that I just bought them anyway, and they're so comfortable. Another item of clothing, and this is probably my favourite out of everything, and it is this jacket from H&M. It is a khaki green, it's almost a bomber jacket style, but it's baggier than that. It's not the most flattering, I have to admit. It is quite sort of shapeless, but I don't care because I love it so much. It has all these embroidered patches on. It has, that's a snake and then a rose up here, some studding on the shoulder, which, side note, be careful if you have a baby, because I forgot that that was there and went to put her over my shoulder and thankfully realised just before she face planted the studs. So I won't be wearing that whilst I'm carrying Marnie around, clearly. And it's just beautiful, and it's got this amazing sort of hummingbird on the other side. I'm guessing it's a bit of a Marmite jacket. You'll either love it and be obsessed like I was, or it's just not your thing at all. But I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it in the store and had to pick it up. I'm chucking in a little favourite for Marnie because not only is it one of her favourites this month, but it's also one of mine because she just has the cutest reaction to it. It's this Lamar's, you can hear it already, Lamar's toy. I was pushing her around John Lewis. I saw this and just gave it to her in the pram just to look at, to see what she did. She's only 12 weeks old, so I thought she'd be a bit indifferent to it. But her whole face lit up, mostly because of the noise the skirt makes. Like, the whole skirt is crinkly and it's huge, so she can really grab hold of it. And it's black and white inside, and then it has this teething ring at the front with a little heart, star and triangle shapes on. Her face, whenever I give this to her, lights up. She grabs it with both of her hands and just pulls it right into her face. It's the cutest thing. I can't remember any of my other babies reacting so strongly to a toy so early on. Maybe they did and I just kind of forgotten, but it was the cutest thing, so I had to include this because it is definitely one of her favourites and my favourites this month. Next item is a foodie one, and I was probably a little bit more excited about this than most normal people would be, but it is this almond milk. I had no idea that Pip and Nut made milk. I absolutely love their peanut butter and almond butters. I spotted this in Sainsbury's and it went straight in my basket with, there's actually a couple in the range. I bought the almond drink with honey and vanilla, and this is the almond drink with coconut. This is by far my favourite of the two. The almond with honey and vanilla isn't as nice as I thought it was going to be. It's all right, but this is really, really yummy. Anyone else get excited about things like this? My husband thinks I'm really, really sad. Next one, I have Brummy Mummy of 2 to thank for, and I saw it in one of her videos, went straight to my local B&M the following day and picked a couple up. It is a knockoff of the Bath & Body Works candles. It's the marshmallow fireside version. It looks just like them. I am forever aggrieved that you can't get Bath & Body Works candles easily in this country. I'm devastated about it every time autumn rolls around and I see everybody talking about the fabulous candles that they've picked up. So this little knockoff version, I don't know if it smells as good as the Bath & Body Works ones because I've never been fortunate enough to try one, but it smells good enough to me. It's the marshmallow fireside version. I know Emma had a pumpkin waffle one as well from B&M, which wasn't in my local store, disappointingly, so I shall be going back to get that one. £3.99. Absolute bargain. Last but not least, I thought I would chuck in our TV favourite of the month. I love it when other people do this because I find TV shows that way. We are quite late to the party actually, and we've just started watching Dr. Foster, and why I haven't watched it up until now, I have no idea. So we managed to go back and watch the first series on BBC iPlayer, and we're just up to speed now with the second series. Oh my god, it's so good. If you haven't watched it like me up until now, get on it because it really is gripping. I loved it. The only thing is, now that we're up to date, I can't watch them back to back and I have to wait a week between episodes, which just drives me insane. I think all shows should be available straight away. I cannot handle it. I have zero patience anymore. Netflix has ruined me. I need to be able to watch everything in one go. Speaking of Netflix, another TV show that we've really enjoyed is called Jack Whitehall Travels with My Father. We discovered this last night because we had no Dr. Foster to watch and we didn't know what else to put on, so I just clicked on it because I like him and I thought it might be funny. I didn't realise it's like a sort of documentary style show following him around Thailand, Cambodia and places like that. He basically goes on a gap year because he never got to do that as a younger adult, and he takes his dad with him and they condense their gap year down into 5 weeks, and it had my husband and I laughing out loud last night. It really is funny, and if you like Jack Whitehall anyway, you will definitely enjoy it, but it's just something a bit different to see him and his dad and their relationship and how his dad sort of deals with backpacking in Bangkok. It's just funny. I won't ruin it by telling you any more, but definitely check it out if you're looking for something new to watch. It's on Netflix. So that's everything that I've been loving in the month of September. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'd love to know what you've been enjoying, specifically TV shows actually, because with the whole Dr. Foster debacle and because we still have to wait a couple of weeks for Stranger Things to come back, I am in need of a new TV show to binge watch, so do let me know what you've been enjoying in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.